OLED TVs have become quite popular over the last few years, so you might be overwhelmed by the amount of options if you find yourself searching for the Best OLED TV 2025. By the very nature of their technology, all OLED TVs deliver impressive picture quality, especially for those coming from traditional LED TVs. To help you find the perfect model, we've compiled a list of the 5 best OLED TVs. Be sure to check link in the description below for prices and additional details. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hit the bell icon for the latest tech updates. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. Number 5. Sony A95L OLED. The Sony A95L OLED is the best OLED TV we've tested and is probably the best model available, bar none. It's incredible as a home theater TV due to its support of the popular Dolby Vision HDR video format, so you'll enjoy the most advanced HDR experience possible from almost any source. Sony's processing is at its absolute best here, and the TV does a fantastic job of following the content creator's intent. As the brightness and colors of HDR content look how they're supposed to, it also offers excellent audio format support, including DTS-X pass-through over EIRC, so you can simplify your connection to your audio-video receiver by running everything through your TV without sacrificing audio quality. Like other OLEDs, it looks stunning in a dark room thanks to its nearly infinite contrast ratio, delivering perfect blacks with no distracting blooming around bright areas of the screen. Plus, its colors are incredibly vibrant as it uses a QD OLED panel. It's very bright and has fantastic reflection handling, so it easily handles bright rooms. It's also a superb gaming TV with extremely low input lag and Dolby Vision HDR at 4K at 120Hz support on its 2 HDMI 2.1 bandwidth ports. It's compatible with G-Sync and HDMI Forum VRR for nearly tear-free gaming from any recent source. Finally, the TV is available in 3 sizes: 55, 65 and 77 inches. Despite the TV being released in 2024, it's still the best OLED TV in 2025. Number 4. Samsung S90C OLED. If you don't want the best of the best but would rather get the best bang for your buck, the Samsung S90C OLED is the best value OLED TV we've tested. It's very close in performance to the Sony A95L OLED and is even better in some ways while being significantly cheaper. You're losing out on a few advanced features like Dolby Vision HDR. So some movies don't look quite as good, as well as advanced audio features like DTS-X. So it's a bit more complicated if you want to take full advantage of a home theater receiver and surround sound. It's also a bit dimmer than the Sony. Of course, like all OLED TVs on this list, it delivers fantastic picture quality, with deep, inky blacks and no distracting haloing or blooming around bright areas in otherwise dark scenes. The Samsung model distinguishes itself from the Sony TV with its 4 full HDMI 2.1 bandwidth ports, all capable of doing up to 4K at 144Hz. The TV also doesn't lose color vibrancy and brightness when in game mode. If anything, it's a tad over-brightened in that mode, but in turn your games pop. It's otherwise a very accurate TV, requiring no calibration to look its best. Plus, unlike the Sony OLED, it has no problem doing 1440p and supports all 3 VRR technologies: FreeSync, G-Sync and HDMI Forum VRR. The only thing the Sony TV does that the Samsung model doesn't is Dolby Vision HDR gaming at 120Hz overall. This TV is truly the best OLED for most people due to its far better value. And it's better for gamers. Number 3. LG C3 OLED. If you want a good home entertainment OLED, but don't want to get the expensive Sony A95L OLED, check out one of the best upper mid-range TVs we've tested, the LG C3 OLED. It's a premium TV that delivers stunning picture quality, especially in dark rooms. And thanks to its near-infinite contrast ratio, there's no blooming around bright objects. It gets bright enough to fight glare even in moderately lit rooms, and the reflection handling is incredible, but its colors aren't as bright as some of our other picks. The LG partly makes up for it with its versatility, as it has very good image processing, has Dolby Vision HDR support with Dolby Vision gaming at 120Hz, and can pass through advanced DTS audio formats like the Sony TVs. The LG supports Dolby Vision HDR, which is more widely used than Samsung's competing HDR10+. The TV is available in a wider range of sizes, from a small 42-inch to an impressive 83-inch option. It's an amazing TV for gaming thanks to its nearly instantaneous response time, low input lag, and great selection of gaming features. It supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on all 4 inputs, meaning you can take full advantage of the PS5 and Xbox Series X's capabilities with 4K at 120 FPS gaming. It has native FreeSync, HDMI forum, VRR support, and G-Sync compatibility to reduce screen tearing. If you love this TV but wish it were more vibrant, consider the more expensive LG G3 OLED. The G3 is one of the brightest OLEDs on the market and is certainly brighter than the C3. But it's not worth the price difference for most people. Number 2. LG B3 OLED. The LG B3 OLED is the best mid-range TV we've tested. If you want something cheaper and still want high-end features, it's a great mid-range TV and can be an excellent entry point into the OLED market. The TV has all the features of the more expensive LG C3 OLED. But the B3 is dimmer and has only 2 HDMI 2.1 bandwidth ports. It still delivers outstanding picture quality, especially in a dark room, with its near-infinite contrast ratio delivering deep, inky blacks with no distracting blooming. Its built-in WebOS platform is just as fast on this lower-tier model, and it still has very good image processing, so it has no issues upscaling lower-resolution content if you watch DVDs, cable boxes, or Blu-rays. It also has Dolby Vision HDR and supports DTS advanced audio formats, which is great for physical media as it tends to use DTS for their audio tracks, and just like other OLEDs, its viewing angle is fantastic, so viewers can watch the TV from all over the room with no degradation in their viewing experience. Like the C3, this TV has a wide color gamut and is extremely accurate without any calibration. So movies look as the content creator intended. This TV is also great for gaming as it's compatible with every VRR technology, has a fantastic response time, and has an extremely low input lag. Its 2 HDMI 2.1 ports have up to 4K at 120Hz support, although unfortunately, like on the Sony BRAVIA 9 QLED, one of its HDMI 2.1 ports also doubles as the TV's ERRC port, leaving you with only one high-speed port if you have a soundbar connected through. Number 1. Sony BRAVIA 9 QLED. If you need a TV for a room with a lot of lights on, the Sony BRAVIA 9 QLED is an amazing option. Its superb reflection handling and SDR bright mean it easily overcomes glare in the brightest rooms, so you aren't distracted by reflections on your TV screen. This makes it the best TV in 2024 for a very bright room. As impressive as this TV is in a bright room, it's also spectacular for use in a dark room. It has exceptional contrast that delivers incredibly deep blacks that are close to what you get from an OLED with almost no blooming, thanks to its highly effective local dimming control. It's also a great option for 4K Blu-ray collectors or those looking to get the most out of high-quality streaming services due to its support for Dolby Vision and DTS audio formats. The TV's image processing is excellent. For upscaling and smoothing out low-quality content, it's also very accurate in both SDR and HDR, delivering an image that respects the content creator's intent. Unfortunately, its viewing angle is mediocre. It's not the best option if you regularly watch shows or movies with a big group of friends, since the image degrades when viewed from the sides of the screen. However, it's a great option if you need a TV that pairs well with modern consoles. It has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on 2 ports, up to 4K at 120Hz, and supports VRR, so it's fully compatible with the PS5 and Xbox Series X Vertical Bar S. On top of those features, the TV has a quick response time for minimal blur behind